Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Raise the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
Where did you get your black belt from, mate? Welcome to Anxious Black Belt podcast that focuses on karate, mental health, and everything in between. If you guys want to support the podcast, best way to do it is to listen to another episode, share it with your friends. If you would like to support Karate for Mental Health, the best way to do it is to grab a t-shirt and enjoy wearing it, promoting it all over the place. So often I'm getting a lot of different comments on my content, and I thought today we will be looking at Karate Bullshit Network. This is inspired by one of the guys I'm watching in the realm of auto industry, and he does it a bullshit network for his comments and stuff like that. So I thought I'm gonna try to copy that and see how it goes. So I'm gonna use my phone and we're gonna read some comments, and I'm gonna be trying to answer your questions, queries, and a comment. So let's see how it goes. So first one is from Palaspil. So what the school is your black belt of? Are you Goju-Ryu? Which organization? No, mate, I'm not a Goju-Ryu practitioner. I'm a Kyokushin based style called Shinaido, created in Poland, inspired by Ashihara. And along the way, I pick up lots of different arts. I've been training in wrestling. I'm training in BJJ. I train with many different karate teachers, building up my skills, my repertoire. My black belt is in Shinaido, and that's my core style, which is kind of a using katas from Goju-Ryu and Shotokan, and we're doing our own stuff, not copying other people. So I hope that's answering your question. And I don't belong to any organization of Goju-Ryu. The organization I belong to is a British Combat Karate Association and Ishitangan Europe. And if you want to check them up, feel free to go and search the internet. The next one is from Salem2527. This is really more Aikido than karate. One concept of Aikido is, and what karate is enough to determine this. I quite a lot of Kyokushin karate in my time. Such a position is only winning against the person who does not know what to do. This is not sparring. Give a black belt against a yellow one. Smiley face. I would recommend first to slow down and actually write correctly. I know I'm a foreigner as well. You might be a foreigner and I make mistakes, but I take time to correct my mistakes and make it clear, because I don't know what you're talking about really, but the video is about a joint locks in karate, which we've got full arsenal in the kata. If you look at it, you can find grappling, you can find striking, kicking, and joint locks. So those joint locks look nothing like Aikido. I had the pleasure to train with few people who are high ranking in Aikido, and karate joint locks, at least in our school, have a different feel and different purpose of those of Aikido. Aikido, closer to Jiu-Jitsu, it focuses on keeping a control of the opponent through the pain, compliance. In karate, we're using joint locks to set up the strikes. So we're going to damage the joint and look for a specific response. Knowing the anatomy, I know where the person's head or body going to end up after my joint lock. So that's a big difference between the Aikido and karate. We're using joint locks as a gift. We're not looking for them. If they happened, we're using them. The clip you've been commenting on was on a flow of joint locks, which allows students to practice the transitions between the different locks and using that to look for the opportunities. So it's just a drill. It's not set in stone, and it wouldn't work like that in sparring or whatever you mean. In terms of sparring black belt against yellow belt, it's completely fine. The guys need to train with somebody who is higher grade. We just adjust the pressure and what the black belt do against the yellow belt, giving a chance to grow, learn, and feel comfortable within the sparring, which I've got a lot of slack for it as well, which is gonna be probably in few next comments. Let's go to the next one. Marcus Jejon. That's Aikido. I don't know where you saw this, but it's not karate. Again, I think that your perception of karate is based on a 3K karate, where you don't use the joint locks, throws, takedowns, and all the wealth of karate that is built into a syllabus. Again, like I said just a second before, Aikido is different. The purpose of joint lock is different than karate. And if you look in kata, kata is full of joint locks. If you would like to practice some, you're always welcome to come to my seminar or Brian Bates' seminar, and we can demonstrate to you where actually those locks are within the kata, which movement represents those, and you might educate yourself, and you might be actually enjoying it and enriching your karate practice. Next comment is from Kolokowalski 772. This is not Uchima Shigeri, this is Urama Shigeri. Again, it's just naming semantics. People using different names for different things. In our school was always Uchimawashi, where you're bringing your foot and you're flipping it. Uchi means to flip, and Ura Mawashi Geri would be a heel kick, really taking the head off. For us, Uchi is a snapping motion like a whip, and that's what the kick was. I don't know why so many people are upset and cannot understand that we're using just a different naming, and different karate schools got different names. And good example of that is a throws. Throws in karate are completely different names to throws in judo, and people get upset because they sound the same but meaning different things, but are very narrow-minded. And this is because this was in my school, my style. This is have to be that way. But Kyokushin using different names, Ashihara use different names, Shotokan use different names, and a Gojuryu, for example, or Shitoryu using different names. So I recommend chill, just watch the video. If you're using different name, it's okay, it doesn't bother me at all, and shouldn't bother you either. Next comment is from Onkep. Jesus, guys, get the normal names. On Kelpool. In pre-underground times, 45-47 years ago, the division was 3 training in striking, 2 in wrestling. This is in 1 week. Well, amazing to you. A bit of a context for that. The guy had a go at me that I don't know what I'm doing with the wrestling, throwing, and stuff like that. And he wanted to know how much I train. And obviously, he's stating that 45, 47 years ago, he was doing a 3 striking sessions a week and 2 wrestling in a week. So I suppose you haven't done any groundwork and you commenting on a video that is taking through all the 3 levels. I'm very happy for you that you've been training, you had a successful coaching career, if that's true, and you've been training so much a week. For me at the moment, I'm only training 16 hours a week because that's my full-time job. And I'm training different stuff. I have to fit conditioning. I have to fit aerobic exercises for people. I do a chair exercises for people when we're focusing on strength and mobility, mobility for elderly. I do a BJJ. I do kettlebells. I do karate where we do all around. So I don't know. I'm happy with it. If you're not happy with it, I'm really sorry, but I don't care. This is my life. I can train however I want. I share my knowledge. If you don't like it, then it's a simple solution to it. You can scroll and you don't need to get upset with it. But, people like to come in and train twice a week. They don't want to be a super athletes. They just want to have a fun, have a bit of a workout for themselves and have some fun in a good environment. And I'm all for that, and I welcome everybody to our club. If they want to do once a week, if they want to do 5 a weeks, it is all good with me. If they do more than sitting on the sofa, they are in a good books. Another, Sergey Malshko. Go and engage in fighting and battles, and not useless imitation. Thank you. I'm not gonna go to battles. I don't think so. Karate is suitable for modern warfare. They're using guns, drones, and so on, and it's a bit dangerous. So I rather stay here. I understand that you guys Russians like to impose war. We've been on the receiving end of that for many years. Thank you very much. I'm gonna keep to my training. Engage in fighting, I do. I do sparring regularly. I take part in competitions. I try to avoid outdoors because it's dangerous and I living in a quite safe environment. I've got 2 kids. I don't need to prove anything, so I don't get in fights. I can use my brain. I can talk myself out from disputes and so on. I don't need to escalate to fist fights and so on. And in training, I'm testing my skills wherever I want. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. Always learn. So, yeah, I don't think so. It's imitation. We do what we do, and we're not gonna apologize for that. If your karate is different, good for you. My karate is good for me. That's what we're gonna stick to it, and that's what we're gonna training. But anyway, thank you for your comment. Another one is another Sergey X9X7X, Master of Sports. Thank you. I think it's a positive, not a negative comment. Master of Sport. Unfortunately, I haven't do my qualification of Masters of Sport. In UK, you don't have to do that. I've got my personal training qualification. I've got my qualification as a coach for martial arts and disability coach as well. I'm going to be progressing my qualification next year to level 3 disability coach for martial arts. So looking forward to that, and I'm striving to be a master. If I stayed in Poland, I would go to university and do the coaching level there. It's a little bit different in the UK, but it's nice that you perceive me as master of sports. Thank you very much for your comment. Andy Max 1. As far as kickboxing being karate, that is not necessarily true, although it could be, if karate was your entry point. Back in the day, I did Kung Fu, low guard style, and what we did was also kickboxing. And currently I practice ninjutsu, and I believe that can also be kickboxing if you restrict your techniques to kickboxing rules with your practice. So here is, I was mentioning specific that kickboxing name comes from Kyokushin, and kickboxing is still karate for me because it's a hands-free. So everything, if you have no weapons, can be a kickboxing. But there will be other things. But in Kung Fu, that's Sanda. So not kickboxing, it's Sanda. In France, you have Savate. That's sort of similar style to kickboxing, kicking and punching, but it's called Savate. Savate. From Japan came name kickboxing, which took on and become a worldwide known style of sparring. Although within that kickboxing, you've got the Dutch kickboxing, Muay Thai, and so on. And again, Muay Thai is not kickboxing, it's Muay Thai. So if we were specific to where the kickboxing come from, kickboxing came from Kyokushin Karate. The Kyokushin guy created it, marketed, and it just spread, and everybody using that name kickboxing because it becomes so popular as a format of fighting. But per se, kickboxing is a form of karate, and that's it. There's no arguing about it because it come in, the Kyokushin guy named it kickboxing. All the other kicking and punching styles had their own names. They just went under umbrella of kickboxing because it can become popular. It's like UFC. You've got the gyms coming in the UFC. They doing a UFC format, but they cannot use the name UFC for grappling style or one competitions or whatever it is. It is a specific name. Kickboxing was driven from karate. JFRJR7964. Guys, why don't you just use your names? It'd be so much easier. You can took some responsibility. I'm under my name. You can find me everywhere. I don't afraid what I'm saying, and I don't have to hide behind the nicknames and stuff like that. So, oh, it looks like Bullshido. The martial arts that one is just waiting to receive the attack without purposely counteracting. Well, I suppose fair comment, but I think you failed to understand the purpose of demonstration. We're breaking each movement for people to see on a camera. If I show you the application in sparring, you wouldn't see the details. And my channel is mostly for my students and people who are interested in my ways of doing karate, that I can clearly demonstrate what is going on step by step. So it needs to be clear. If my partner resisted to me all the time, I wouldn't be able to show it, right? That doesn't mean that we practice like that. It's the same if you go to the jiu-jitsu school and somebody's showing you an armbar, they're going to take you through the steps of it. They're going to be showing you clearly so you can see and understand. Same in wrestling. You go into wrestling, they're going to show you a throw. Before you're going to throw the resistance, you're going to be working on the specific movements within that throw so you can do it safely for yourself and for your partner. And if you want to show something on a camera, you need to have a specific angles, and the same principle applies. I want to show the people who might not know it how to do it step by step. It's not a sparring, it's not fighting, it's a demonstration, which you guys, a lot of you, fail to understand. Okay, it's not fighting. Belquer Water 2413. I'm sorry, I'm rubbish with reading those complicated nicknames. I am a Kyokushin Shodan, 14 years of experience. Honestly, I find the Hikite impractical, as in a street fight, full of adrenaline, nobody's letting you grab them. And here shows the fail to understand the street fighting. I think you are referring to something that you think is gonna happen. I've been in a few altercation when I was younger. I've seen a lot of CCTV, and pretty much everybody grabs. Especially when you get hit, you be a little stumbled, you automatically gonna grab. Using the jacket, grabbing stuff, pulling people around gives you advantage. And many karate schools forgotten this, and the Hikite is designed for this. You can grab, you can pull, control, get access, move the limbs, get access to striking points on the jaw, throws, takedowns, joint locks, everything comes in. You can use from the grabbing the clothing. And one of the most basic ways to fight with humans is to grab and take down to the floor. And if you get jacket, that's going to be one of the things that's going to be done to you. You're going to be grabbed and you're going to pull. And you can look on many CCTVs and you're going to see that behavior. Grabbing the wrists, grabbing the head, grabbing the body, grabbing the jackets, pulling them. So you can utilize that in karate. It's going to help you a lot. Again, if anybody would like to try that, we're doing that a lot on seminars, on our Sabaki format training, where we're using that hikite to grab the sleeves, pull people around, make them out of balance, out of control, using kuzushi and sabaki, and taking them down to the floor and overwhelm them with control and striking. So if you want to try that, join in our seminars and I can explain it more. Mishi 967. This is actually very cool teaching. The black belt shows little respect for the person who is being kicked. Session like this and you won't be going to your work next day. In fact, you will end up at the physiotherapist and no longer training. He should let the beginner do it to him. He would soon change his attitude. Poor. So this is one of our demos we've done. I've been kicking a Mikazuki Geri, not Mikazuki Geri, sorry, a Namiyashi to the thigh and a hitting person in the back, so they fell over forward. And as it looks dramatic, it's safe. We talked with the person who I was showing with. They agreed that I can demonstrate it. I haven't been kicking hard. He knew to move the leg, so it's just a kind of demonstration. So it's not for real. And why would I kick somebody really hard? Why would I want them to not come back for a training? This would be really poor. So with training together for nearly 20 years and pretty much very little people in my dojo get injured. And if they get injured, they injure either at work or on the seminars and somebody is doing something stupid, which is not from our dojo. We have very little injuries in our dojo. We pride ourselves on doing safe training. We're working with people with disabilities and nobody's getting injured. We adapt stuff. And if they decide to be on my demo, they are experienced. They have been explained what's going to happen to them, what they need to do to be safe. So, for example, if I'm kicking a hard low kick, I explain to them to not plant the whole foot and straighten the knee so the knee doesn't get damaged and the leg can bounce if they keep it on the toes. It's got the space to give in. If we do the throws, I do on the people who can fell over and I keep the control, which I'm getting a slack from people because I'm not smashing people hard enough. So I cannot win in the situation where I want to balance things out and show the good technique and have fun with it and not injure the people. So you guys have to make up your mind. Either I need to destroy my students or keep them safe. I'm on the side of the safety, and everything that we do is explained and practiced safely. Hey, that was it. Few of those comments. So I think the takeaway from it is that you're never gonna please the people, and I have a lot of messages from people asking me how do I deal with trolls, bad comments, and people trying to on purpose hurt me, because I am convinced that some people just do it for their fun and to see how people get stressed and annoyed. I don't take it personally. I used to get upset, but then I developed that detachment. I don't take it personally. I just have fun with it, and it gives me a content, right? If you're looking for a content for your videos, just use those comments, and you can do the video like I do videos for responses. You can do a podcast like I'm doing now, or you can just use it to boost your views and engagement. I always trying to reply funny, kind of sarcastic way, but I've got the rules that I don't use foul language, and I'm not trying to really destroy the people or take advantage of them. I'm just having a fun, and usually they giving up and move on because they don't get the stressed engagement from me. I'm not getting overwhelmed by them. I'm not panicking. I'm not getting upset. I'm just moving on and having fun with them and using them for a content, like I said before. So this is it. Never people gonna be happy. I think somebody said, I can't remember who I'm quoting here, but there's only 3 types of people: people who are gonna love your work, people who are gonna hate your work, and people who don't care. You just have to accept that. Don't be shy putting it out there. And some people say don't respond, just move on, but that only encourages people to get more nasty to next person who is not going to react, and that person might be highly impacted by it mentally and might do something silly. So I think it's important to stand up to the bullies. And I had a few occasions people coming back and apologizing, saying that I'm sorry, I had a bad mood, I'm sorry, I misunderstood your thing. And so it's nice, worth trying to educate people and be proud of what you do. Well done for listening to all of it. You are a superhero. Thank you very much for your support. And if you could leave us that review on a podcast platform, that would be amazing. I appreciate your time, appreciate your support, and I wish you all the best until the next one.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.